Hey guys, my name is Danish and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a bit of a different topic than usual. This topic being the current condition of if you can build a PC or not, and what are the limitations and what options do you have available right now if you are desperate for a system. So this is kind of a retrospective of the year that's gone and is ending, and hopefully what we might have to expect in the next year. So let's get started. So there were a few major launches this year, with that being the Nvidia RTX 3000 series graphic cards, the AMD 5000 series CPUs, and the AMD 6000 series graphic cards, which were the highlight of this year, and Intel being shadowed off by even the 10900K being outperformed by even a budget Ryzen CPU, and the 1100 series of Intel is a bit of a mess with all the 14 nanometer plus and the upscaling from 10 nanometer and all that. So the question is, if you are looking to build a PC for yourself or even buy a PC for yourself in the final days of 2020 and early 21, should you or can you? No is the answer, and it's a bit more complicated than just a single word answer, and so let me explain. Don't start typing down there. So currently, with the pandemic going on and the limited transportation of all the goods and services all over the globe, and all the logistics being handled the way they are, and there being a huge demand as well of PC parts of late, because everybody is trying to build a PC, everybody wants a laptop, everybody wants to have a system in their house to work from home or study from home. So if anybody is looking to get a flagship system, it's really not that easy. So okay, if you are going to build a budget build with a Ryzen 3600 or an Intel 10600 and like a 1660 Ti or even a 2060, go for it. You can easily build a PC, and I built a PC for my brother as well with the 2060. You can check that video up here, and that was also in the midst of all of this, and I got all the parts for him, and it was available readily everywhere, so it was in stock everywhere, so that was not a big issue. But if you're looking for something a bit more higher, like the 10900K or the Ryzen 5000 or the RTX 3000 series or the 6800X series and all of that stuff, it's really difficult to find stock anywhere in the world, especially here in India, with all the scalpers and even the third-party sellers also not having stock. And don't get me started on getting FE cards here in India, because that's just horrendous, and the pricing itself here is just absolutely absurd. So let's just talk through the specs that I just spoke about. Ryzen 5000 series, out of stock everywhere. So ABGB, Vedanta, Prime, MD Computers, IT Depot, any online e-seller, it's not in stock anywhere in the world. And currently today, as I'm checking the website here, the only CPU from the 5000 series lineup is the 5800X, which is available in ABGB right now, which I'll also link in the description as well. And the pricing is probably okay with all the CPUs, and if you want to get an Intel CPU like this, you can, because the 10600 and the 10900 both are in stock. But now you have the CPU and you want to go for the motherboard, that is a whole nother story, because a lot of the good motherboards as well are out of stock from all the ASUS, the MSIs, the Gigabytes in the Z390, Z490, X299 and even the X570 series, which is the AMD series, all are out of stock. So by any chance you have the CPU and the motherboard. Now comes to the RAM. So you can't just go and buy a generic piece of RAM like 2400 or a 2166, because you're leaving a lot of performance on the table. So you would always think of going for the 3200 or the 3600 or even 3000 megahertz as the DDR speed, but surprisingly even those are out of stock. So RAM sticks are pretty scarce right now, with everybody buying whatever they can for their systems or upgrading their systems. So even I had a RAM module set that I had looked into, that I wanted to use and incorporate into my build, but that's out of stock. And you already know how difficult it is to get RAM for Ryzen, which is there in the Ryzen QVL list and works with Ryzen and the DOCP settings and all of that. So that is a whole other mess that you have to go through while you're a system builder or you're speccing out a system for yourself or somebody else. So let's go through this hurdle and you already got the motherboard, the CPU and the RAM, and now you want to go for a graphics card. So this is your next bottleneck and next problematic point, because all the 3080 series cards or even the 3070 series card are way overpriced here in India. The Founders Edition card of the 3080 and the 3070 are priced properly and are listed in RP Tech, but they are never in stock, and even if they get in stock, they get about 10-20 units which get sold out instantly. So if you let me take the example of the 3080 for example, because I was looking into that specific product as well. The third party cards are just way overpriced, like the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 3080 gaming OC. So this is a budget version, is stated at 80,000 rupees. The MSI GeForce 3080 Gaming X Trio 95,000. The Asus ROG Strix 3080 OC edition 110,000. So this is above 1 lakh. The Gigabyte Aorus Master, so this is 112,000 rupees. So nearly double the price of a 3080 and bordering on the FE price of a 3090. So the FE price of a 3090 listed in RP Tech, which I'll also link in the description, is 1.33 or 133,000 rupees. So this is just about 20,000 rupees lesser than that. So why would you buy a 3080 with an cooler which is huge as well and not go for a 3090 which will probably give you a huge bump in performance? And it's a bit overkill, but for the price you're paying this, you could just get that and enjoy the small penalty of thermals over there. Now I thought this would be the final hurdle or a stepping stone for a person who is buying a PC right now, but no, it goes deeper here. And the next thing that go for is a cooler for your CPU, and be it an air cooler or an AIO. A lot of the more famous ones are also out of stock. So the Noctua NHD15, so which is a dual fan tower cooler, which is huge and the best tower cooler there is for AMD or Intel, is also out of stock. The Chroma pure black version of that, so this is the black version of that, is still available, but the regular one isn't. And so this is an old Intel cooler which is probably not going to suffice anybody, and this is something that is salvaged out from my old system, but that's another story. So the air cooler situation is a mixed bag, but the water cooler situation with all the AIOs being the 120mm, 240mm, 360mm, all of them out of stock. And I don't know who bought the 120mm radiators, because they are not that better in cooling compared to an air cooler like the Noctua D15 or the U12S. So I don't know why people are buying the 120mm AIOs. So let's just assume that you got the CPU, the GPU, the RAM, the motherboard, and the air cooler or water cooler or whatever cooling that you want to go for. After that, it's a bit more of a smooth sailing, because the power supplies are all in stock, the cases are all in stock, the peripherals are all in stock, monitors are all in stock. But the heart of the system itself is a multiple step of hurdles. It will probably deter a lot of the users from building a PC or even going and checking out pre-builds, which are way overpriced right now, and I don't recommend anybody getting a pre-built. And I had planned to build a PC myself, because my MacBook Pro is starting to age a bit and can't really handle a lot of the multiple layers that I use in video editing, even though I use DaVinci Resolve, which is probably very highly optimized for this Mac and also has hardware acceleration built in for me. But I would still rather switch to a PC because it gives me a bit more performance, and I would like to have a bit more of a bigger rig which has a lot more latent potential. And I have this list hanging over here for a while now, and every week I check the specs that I've decided on. I'll make a whole video on how to decide on the specs and how to decide on a budget and everything like that, and also transitioning from Mac to Windows and everything that I go through. So just get subscribed to that for more of my content. And yeah, this video was a bit of a rant that I went on, because it's something everybody is suffering through, and it's something that nobody really knows when it'll end. Like there are stipulations that come Q1 of 2021 or even Q2, the flow of logistics will be a bit better and there will be more reliability in the amount of stock that sellers will have and the allocation that sellers will have. So because of the major pandemic and the cutting of logistics and also the launching of new PC parts where everything is maxed out, is a weird position that we are in, but it's something that we have to go through and just wait and have patience. So that's it for this video. It was quite a different video from the regular content that I make, but it's something that I want to talk to you about. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. So if you like this video, give this video a like, comment down below if I missed anything, get subscribed to my channel for more of my content, and ring the bell icon to get notified about my videos. Follow me on my social media channels to get sneak peeks of all the tech I go through and stuff I enjoy. And stay home, stay safe. I'm gonna see you guys next year. Peace.